Hi everyone. Okay, next let's cover the images uploader. And the question is, how do we take lots of images that we have and spread them across hundreds of websites and make sure that they fit nicely throughout all the websites so that everything just works? So let's take a look at one of the websites to better understand how the images are laid out. So when we look at the website, some of these things are images like the logo, okay? So we may have a path to the logo because that's how it works with images. Everything's about the paths, right? So it could be domain.com/images, right? That would be the folder holding the images. Then you might have slash logo1.jpg or something like that. In this case, it's a transparent GIF or PNG. So it would be a .gif or a .png, but nonetheless. Now, so one path could be domain.com/images/logo1.gif. Now, if you do that, of course, you have to make sure that in the backend, in the administrator section, we match that path, right? We're using the right path, okay? Same with all the other images. For instance, these are banner images. You know, we're cycling through a few of them down here now. So we have one image, then we have about four in here. That's an image and another three, so it's another four here. So we're up to nine. And we have 10, 11, 12, 13 images, same if we come down through the service boxes. And then we have all the sidebar images. So we had to go and set up some images, okay? But once we had them set up, we want to be able to work with them on this website and create variations for other websites. Now, what we have is a way of taking images and creating lots and lots and lots of variations automatically for our own use. Having done that, the big question is how do you get them up and across all the websites? Okay, so let's go ahead and go in the back end and just see how these paths look for the first of all. So if we come into the back end, and from the dashboard, there are a lot of places you can go. And if you go to global settings, then all of these here have a browse button. There are many sections in the back that do have some kind of a browse button. So whether you're here, you might see a browse button somewhere. Go ahead and just click it, okay? And that takes you into this section where the images are. Now you could see up here in the files, it's really just a folder. You can put images or other files in there. If we go to the images section, take a look. That's all of these banner images. There are 80 of them here. We aren't actually using them all on the front page, but we're mixing and matching them through the subdomains. And I'll explain that later, that sort of permutation breakdown later. But right now, just keep in mind, it's just where I put my banners is this first level folder. But if you hit the plus sign, we created other folders. How do you create them? Just right click a folder and hit new subfolder and it gives you a new subfolder. So just type in what name you want it to be. Very simple. So then in the about boxes, this is where we put the about images to choose from, right? We can always throw in more. We can always mix and match more combinations, okay? Then we have just the static banners. The default banners are here. Here are the external logos. Okay, this is to the different locks companies and logos that we are choosing from right now. Okay, pretty much all of them are transparent, which is smart because you can then get it to blend into many more different template looks. We have, in some cases we have more images, other cases we have less. But we even have images for our pins, right? There are images all throughout the website. And then the sidebars, obviously. They have this like a 5-star rating. They have call now buttons. They have we accept credit card payments and 10% off specials, satisfaction, all that kind of thing. So there you have it. That's basically the idea is we have a bunch of folders with static images in them. And then we have the main big banner images that we're creating to be different all the time. Now we can we can upload as many images as we want. The static images can have many variations. But anyway, now you kind of get the idea. There is an images folder with images and subfolders with the sub images in them. Could I just put it all in the main images folder? Sure, that's easier for paths. So why would I take the extra step to separate them? Because I find when I'm doing the work in the first place, that just makes sure before I run the websites out that I covered all the sections, that I remembered to do the sidebars, that I remembered to do the external logos. that I remembered to do the logos and the pages and this, that, and the other. Okay, so it's just a question of how you like to organize, really. After that, you just match the paths. Okay, so how does it look on the server? Because it's kind of the same idea. If I go to the actual cPanel of that website and log in, I could go to the file manager. And if I do that, I can go into the public HTML folder, and we're going to find user files right here. That's our path. It's going to be user files / banner with a capital B is the default template, right? So let me go in there. So now it's user files / banner / images. That's that images folder, not the files or anything but images. Sure enough, you see it all. You see the about boxes, banners, external logos, maps, pages, pins, price list, everything else, right? And you see our main 80 images were uploaded right into the root. So there's two operations happening here, sort of. We're putting images right into the root, but we're also going to upload a bunch of folders that have images inside of them. Okay? So we like to do that because it's efficient. And again, how's the path look? Kind of like this. You know, we have user files / banner / images. And then everything just goes right inside there. All the files we want to put in there, and our stack of folders with their own images go in there too. User files / banner / images, right? For our default theme. Okay, so I showed you two ways that looks. One is here in the file folder, and the other one was before when we clicked on a browse button and we saw the same thing. Where are we? We are clearly inside the user files folder in this thing called banner with a capital B, and the first point of contact is that images folder. That's where the 80 banners are, right? That is exactly these 80 banners right here in the main images folder. Okay. You'll notice that has a lowercase I because it's the true path. That has a capital I is just the way the CSS works for the image system, but the true path is a lowercase I, right? Forget the name, go with the actual folder name, the real folder. And then inside of there, of course, we also have not just these 80 images, but we also have these side folders that have their own images inside of them, like the sidebars. Okay, that is exactly like, whoops, if I hit sidebars and I'm staring at those same images, right? So it's really simple what we have to do. We just have to upload the images into the images folder on banner in user files, right? Okay, so now that you understand the goal, let's take a look at how that's done. We go to the images uploader and we're asked something. One is to upload a zip file. It's got to be the zip file that has our folders of images in it. One folder per website, right? So let's say the first folder, maybe we call it number 1 because it's going to go to 24-hour emergency garage door repair.com. How do we know that number 1 is that website? Because we have our key, right? Everything about the key. The key is for the colors, the key is for the fonts, the key is for the contents, the key is for the images. We just use our key, right? Have your domain names in the same order and everything else falls into the same order, right? That's just what you're doing on purpose. Use the same method. Okay, so we're going to upload our zip file, and that's going to get the images into the system at the ready. It doesn't know where these images go yet until you import the images file that explains where they go. And the way you find out how all that looks is to download the sample file. And that will give you, if I download it and open it, okay, it will give you the layout so that you understand what's happening here, right? It's pretty easy to figure out. What are you going to find? That this is your domain where you want to put each set of images for each job, right? This is where the images should go. So figure it out. It's user files / something. So the path up to that point is done for you. Leave user files / in there. But from that point, you have total control where you want the images to go. Well, we know we want it to go into images with a lowercase I. And Oh, but before that, we have to go into banner because that's the theme. So banner with a capital B / images. And really, that's it. You don't need a destination slash or anything. Let's say I was going to upload logos only and they were going to go right into the logos folder in images. Then yeah, I would just take that out one more level. / whatever that folder should be. I think logos, right? LOGOS, plural, right? Once I have that figured out, just drag and drop because I'm probably going to do the same thing in every case. Now, each row is separate. It is individual, so you can run each row separately. You could even do all your logos here, then all your service, your sidebar items here, then all your external logos there. It's totally up to you. Now, when we put the images up, they're going to go into a folder called server images /. Leave that part alone. Decide what you want the theme name to be after that. Now, I was kind of thinking at first, wouldn't it be something like banner? The answer is no, 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 no. Each of these goes, this is where we map the folder number of the images we want to the right website, our key. So this would probably be a 1, right? Because domain 1, folder 1. Then domain 2, folder 2. If I drag it down, I got 1 and 2. And I just drag, right? So yeah, that's probably how I want to do my image folder names. Okay, so I'm going to close this because I already have the file ready that I want. I pasted in my domains, pasted in my paths, and dragged it down. And I'm going to upload that zip file now. Except before I do that, let's delete the files that are already there. Because we're going to put files up, we may as well first delete the files that are there already, right? So do I have a delete folder? I do. And the fun part about that is, let me see, it's over here. Delete images. Think about, again, how crazy it would be to actually do this in real life. But we can now. Would you be willing to go to a website and just delete all the images? Just delete them. Because that's what it's saying to do on this file. This is a delete images folder. It's saying go to this website, find this user file / banner / images, and delete it. Literally get rid of it. Get rid of the images folder with everything inside of it. Believe it or not, we're going to run it now. Does that mean that we're going to lose all the images on this website? Yeah, they're going to be broken holes there where the images used to be. So that is exactly what we're going to do right now. So that's our next step. So I'm going to import that delete images folder file, okay? And just make sure this is just all garage door. I'm not doing anything else. No locksmith, no WI Blitz stuff. Nah, it's just those. And it's what, 100, right? Yeah. From from number 3 down through 102. Okay. So as crazy as it sounds, that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Let's just do it. That's how much control we have and also how much confidence we have now. And if we were to time it, what is this? Like a 6:42:20 right now. This will run for what, like a minute and a half or so, 2 minutes maybe. If I come over here and take a look, I don't think it's going to be there yet because this is a P. My key is based on alphabetical listing of the websites. So it would have to be most of the way done to get all the way to the P, right? So it's not there yet. But I think within about 2 minutes it will be. So I'll go ahead and pause, and I'll just unpause when it gets done rotating, right? When it gets done waiting for Varsheet. Okay? So let me just pause. All right, it is done now. It took longer than I thought, about 7 minutes, but that's because I forgot something. It's not just doing the 80 banner images, but it's also handling all the About Us, the external logos, the sidebars, all the other folders. So it actually was deleting a whole lot more images after all, and through more folder levels. But anyway, that's the reality check. If I come back here now and I try to check out the, let's see. It's gone, literally, right? Yeah, that's the point. Let me do that again. User files, banner, thumbs, files, and flash. There is no images folder anymore. The folder is gone. So not just the images are gone, but the folder is gone, and we should have lots of broken images all throughout. Yeah, That broke, these broke, okay? Broke. Everything's broken. All of it's broken. No images, right? Just, it's like all the content, but no images made yet, right? Everything else is there, all the alt text and so forth. You can see it, right? Just not the images, right? And that's true all throughout the pages. So the next step, of course, becomes, what do we do now? The answer is, first, we add images to the system so it knows about them, right? It has them to work with. So that's the next step, is to upload the zip that has the images in the folders. And then to upload the file that says what to do with them, okay? So let's do that part now. The uploading of the images, I have them here. Okay, there's the banner images, and they're separated into groups. I've got 100 folders. Inside each folder, if we click on one and look, I've got 80 images. It says 80 items down here, right? That's 80 images. If I look, they're similar but different, right? Yeah, you see the print slowly changing. It went from, what did it say before? Repair, garage door repair on this line, to garage door service, you know. So it's going through all these different keywords, different lines, and that's fine. So it's just using 4 base images, but it made 80. We made 80, right? Automatically. Not just that, we did it for every different website's color scheme, okay? And when I'm uploading them, I'm not even 100% certain that I'm getting them on the right color scheme now, because I really did go through so many combinations to show you guys what's going on. Whoops. But I will get them right before long, one way or the other. When I get done with all these demos, I'll put everything straight that I didn't have straight before, you know, because it won't be hard. So yeah, created all these different stacks with just 4 images. So anyway, that's what we have. We have, this goes to website 1. So on our key, it's whichever website we set. So like 24-hour garage door repair or whatever. Website 2, website 3, that's how we're doing it. How's that look? Like this. I'm going to highlight all of this, all these folders of images. That's like all the website images, website by website by website. And I'm going to zip it up. WinZip add to banners.zip. So I am making one zip file for all of those images, right? That's 8,000 banner images that I'm zipping up right now. Let me go ahead and pause and get that done. Okay, here we go. So it's zipped up. We've got our banners.zip. I'm going to upload it. Now, when I upload it, that's exactly what the point is. I'm just simply dragging, you know, I'm uploading the zip file. I'm not drag and drop it there. This is the button where I drag and drop it to. And then there's one other thing that I want to put up as well. It's much smaller. Matter of fact, I may as well do it first. That's this. My inner images. See, those are the inner image folders. They have all these different inner images, right? My About Us images, right? My external logos, all of that stuff, plus some extra stuff that I don't need, like these default banners, right? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and zip this up as well. WinZip, add to, let's call it inner images, right? That way I got one called banner images and another one called inner images. Now I'm going to use the inner images over and over again. All 100 websites is going to use the same stack, right? Those are all the deeper level images, right? But my banner images are all going to be unique. I can see what it's doing on the uploading down here, and it's done. So it did its job in there. Let me go back and get the banner images. There it is. Let me go ahead and drag that up. Now this will take longer because it's much, much bigger, right? So I'm going to go ahead and break off because I'm going to go ahead and eat. And I'm going to let that do its thing. And after I'm done eating, then I'll come back and continue. As a matter of fact, let me just cut this part of the video off here so it doesn't get too long. And then we'll just pick up with the next video. Okay.